Once your buyer finishes their home inspection period, they will submit a form to you called the BINSR. This is typically after they're finished with their home inspection and all of those things. This gives the buyer the opportunity to request repairs from you. Keep in mind, you are not required to complete any of these repairs, but it's not uncommon to get this from the buyer and as a seller, feel offended that a buyer would ask for so many things. But keep in mind, when the buyer wrote an offer on your home, they may not have known about these issues. For example, termites are very common in Arizona. Let's say the inspector found termites. Well, the buyer didn't know you had termites when they wrote an offer, and this is maybe an $800 cost for them. So they may ask you to treat for termites prior to closing. So please don't be offended. This is all part of the process. Many times sellers see this list of repairs and they just want to say no to everything, but that can be risky, and a traditional real estate contract does give the buyer the option to cancel the contract, walk away from the purchase, and get their deposit back if they don't approve of your BINSR response. So how you treat this document and how you respond is very important. I want to share some of the next steps and options for you once you receive this BINSR document. The first option you have is to accept the buyer's repair request. If you've signed to accept their request, your buyer moves out of the inspection period, and you can also choose to counter the request. That's the second option, by agreeing to repair some of the items but not all. If you counter the request, we'll type that up, DocuSign it over to you. Once that's delivered to the buyer, they have 5 days to respond. They can choose one of two things. They can choose to accept your response, or they can decline and cancel the contract and walk away from the purchase. Any agreed to repairs would need to be completed before the buyer's final walkthrough, which is typically done 3 days prior to the closing date. You'll also want to save all of the receipts for your repairs, leave those on your kitchen counter, and also email those receipts over to us. If you do not want to deal with repairs, you can also offer the buyer a credit towards repairs. This would be taken out of your proceeds at closing. And of course, the last option is to say no to everything, but we want you to realize that there is a risk to that option. This can upset the buyer and they can cancel the contract. So your agent will of course help walk you through this document and also be in communication with the buyer's agent to negotiate the absolute best outcome for you. I hope this video helped explain the BINSR in more detail. If you have any questions, please reach out to our team. You can learn more about us online at GilletteGroupAZ.com. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Shannon_Gillette.